I said to him in here, Naz, the problem with you is money's become your God. No, it's not. I says, Naz, listen to me. This is a watch. That's my job. That's my hobby, watching people. You know, you think you can treat people like crap. Be kind to everybody on your way up, because you'll meet them on your way down. It's life. You know, the sad part about it, he would have won world titles from flyweight up to super middleweight, because I know what he was doing in here. He's in here he was first in and last out for an hour or 2 hours. But then he become world champion. It was like talking to the wall, is talking to him. And the attitude to everybody in here. Money does strange things to people. And I think it's sad.
1997年12月、マディソンスクエアガーデンで WBO フェザー級チャンピオンプリンス・ナジーム・ハメドはケビン・ケリーと対決し、最もスリリングな試合の一つと言われる戦いを見せました。両者一歩も下がらず打ち合い、お互いに何度かダウンを取る白熱した試合の結果はナジーム・ハメドの KO 勝利。
Still the undefeated WBO featherweight champion of the world, Prince Naseem Hamed.
WBO フェザー級タイトルを防衛してナジーム・ハメドは順風満帆に見えましたけど、実は2年前に世界タイトルを獲得してからナジーム・ハメドはチャンピオンが生きるライフスタイルから離れてきていました。
After he won the world title, he walked in here. It's a fact. About 3 or 4 weeks after, he says, I'm not running anymore. Running's for runners, and I'm not doing the blows. But I knew what the crack was with him. All of a sudden, he thought he'd got. He'd been with me from the time, as I say, from 7 right till he was 21. So he's with me 14 years. So he thought he knew it all. He thought he knew it all. So now he wasn't going to give me any credit. And all these moves I was showing them, because one leads on to another. You know, innovation, you start improving on what I teach. And he got to the stage he thought he knew it all. And then it became very, very difficult even to talk to him. So at that time he would be walking around about 98999, which wasn't a problem. But after that then he started walking around at 10 stone, 10 and a half stone, nearly 11 stone. And he wouldn't come in for about probably 3, 4, 5 weeks after. And then he'd be hit and missing with his training. I'm sat smiling to myself now. He's having to go 6 weeks or 2 months to get the weight off him.
それでも結果を出し続けたナジーム・ハメドは自分が無敵だと考え始め、インゴーの指示を無視するようになり、ケリ戦の公開練習で2人が喧嘩する場面もありました。
He's done about 14 rounds. And now he wants to do 20. Is what he wants to do 20 rounds for? You're not going to get any fitter at this stage. You know.
そこからも2人の関係は悪化していき、ナジーム・ハメドは17年間のトレーナーインゴーと別れて、代わりに名のあるトレーナーエマニュエル・スチュワード、そしてオスカー・スワレスを雇いました。7歳からナジーム・ハメドはインゴーのユニークなトレーニングメニューで練習して、珍しいファイトスタイルを発達しましたが、
wrapping your own hands, going on a certain bag, going on the pads, doing the same repetition on the pads, sparring to the body. And I was just training without nobody's advice, nobody's guidance, nobody's training methods.
he couldn't believe how Naseem used to train. You know, he used to walk in the gym when he wanted, train whatever time he wanted. We really didn't have a set program.
I knew the minute I started training him that he definitely need to be trained in a different way. The way they train him and this and that, you know, I seen amateur trains better than that.
He never did a sit-up, he never did a pull-up, he never did any proper running. Oscar brought all that really to the table.
Oscar Suarez はハメッドのボクシング基本が間違っていると考え、正当なボクシングスタイルで指導しました。
He said to me that we got to work on balance, you got to work on your combinations, and when you've thrown so many shots, being prepared and leaving your hands basically near your chest so you can throw, so you can regroup and throw more.
When you have a fighter that's a one-punch artist, they don't realize sometimes that speed is power. And I told them that you look better when you throw a 3 or 4 punch combination and hurt someone and finish them on a combination.
Now, I never trained 10 weeks in the whole of my life for a fight. The most I trained was maybe 4 or 5 weeks before a fight. That's what I used to do then. And it was just a joke to Oscar when he heard.
新チームと調節したファイトスタイルでナジーム・ハメードは防衛戦に挑みましたが、リングサイドで試合を解説していた 2-time ヘビー級チャンピオンジョージ・フォーメンはハメードのファイトスタイルの変化と新トレーナーたちのチームワークを気に入りませんでした。
But since last we saw him, fired his promoter, fired his manager, fired the trainer who had taken him through 17 years of his career, has hired to replace Patty Engel, his former trainer, a guy named Oscar Suarez. Now Suarez says that he's making changes in the Prince's style. He did so well doing it the wrong way. Is there any value to trying to make him do it the right way?
I don't think so. Like I said earlier, it would be like teaching Einstein to count on his fingers again. You don't want to mess with something so successful. This guy's got everything. He's a little unorthodox, but he's a phenomenon, and you don't want to mess with those kind of guys. But if you want to mess with them, this is the right time for your opponent because all of these distractions can cause for a great upset.
To go back to the early discussion with George Foreman about a change in style, the trainer says that he wants him to be better balanced, in a tighter envelope, boxing more conventionally out of a southpaw stance.
And I hate the thought of that. It would be like I said earlier, sending Einstein to Harvard to get an English degree just so he could do his math. This guy's got the whole package. You should let him alone.
Well, George, you heard Prince Naseem say that he's happy with his new corner. I don't think you're so sure it was such a good thing.
Not at all. You know, that 1 minute that you have is most of all is to rest and refresh yourself. To me, it resembles, I've been caught up between a Ford and a Chevrolet dealership and both trying to sell me a used car at the same time. That's what his corner resembled tonight. That's going to have to be cleaned up if you want to move on with success. In the end, the Prince, he's got this knockout just like he's been getting all other knockouts. It didn't seem like the addition of these guys in a minute amounted to much anything. He was able to land a few body punches here and there, something new. But in the end, he won this thing for himself the old way that he's been doing it all along. So he needs those guys for a little input, but too much yah-yah in the corner is not good.
ベストパフォーマンスではないと言われながらも、ナジーム・ハメードはインゴと別れてから4連勝、3KO を果たし、タイトルを防衛することができました。そこでピークが過ぎたベテランファイターと思われていたマルコ・アントニオ・ベレーラがナジームの初黒星をつけて番狂わせを起こしますが、試合に向けてのバックストーリーを見るとハメードが負けてもおかしくない展開だとわかります。裏話を聞くとナジーム・ハメードが弱くなっていることがわかりますけど、その当時世間からの目線では35連勝 31KO素晴らしい戦績を持つ無敵チャンピオンと見られていました。